we've basically told a great generation of young women, don't get married, don't have kids, go get a corporate job, and it's created mass political hysteria. And then in their early 30s, they get really upset because they say, the boys don't want to date me anymore because they're not at their prime. And people get mad when I say that. Well, it's just true. If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s. But again, you have your corporate job and cats, so I thought,
That was right-wing commentator and human dolphin fetus Charlie Kirk commenting on the appearance of women. Just a reminder, this man was commenting on the appearance of women.
If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s.
What is Charlie talking about? What do 30-year-old unmarried, career-oriented women have to do with literally anything at all, other than, being the independent human beings they are and trying to build their own lives as we all are? But that's not the way Charlie Kirk sees it, or anybody on the far right in this country that really, truly do not want women to have any sort of independence or voice or ability to build a life of their choosing, but instead want them to just serve man. And of course, Charlie's not done belittling women just yet. Take a look at this.
A lot of them are on birth control too, and birth control really screws up female brains, by the way. Every single one of you need to make sure that your loved ones are not on birth control. It increases depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation. Birth control is the #1 most prescribed medication for young ladies under the age of 25. They will give young ladies birth control for pimples, for acne, to control their moods, their period. It is awful, it's terrible, and it creates very angry and bitter young ladies and young women. That bitterness then manifests into a political party that is the bitter party. I mean, the Democrat Party is all about bring us your bitterness and, we'll give you free stuff.
Or maybe it's not some quid pro quo thing, Charlie. Maybe women just want to vote for a party that doesn't, talk to them the way that you do. Maybe it's a you thing. Could that be possible? It's not that he's being misogynistic. It's just a byproduct of what his actual God-given thoughts are, because God doesn't make mistakes, right, Charlie? Here's a little bit of background. Charlie, of course, founded Turning Points USA, a conservative organization whose bottom line is to make younger Americans more conservative. And how are they doing it? With a little thing called indoctrination.
Hi, my name's Maddie, and I'm from Arkansas, and I'm just wondering what your advice is to women in their mid-20s to early 30s who have desired to get married and have children early on, but they're having a hard time meeting a man to settle down with who will be a leader and initiator of the relationship.
Great question. Okay. So the best place to meet a man is the equation, okay? So go find a Bible-believing church. This is how you do it, okay? Get to know the pastor's wife and tell her that you want to find a husband, and it will happen. People say, Charlie, I can't meet anyone. If you want to go meet conservative men that have their act together, that aren't like woke beta men, start a Turning Point USA chapter. You'll meet a lot of them.
First of all, the concept that any young woman would take dating advice from this guy is beyond the pale. But that's not exactly what's happening here, is it? Go to church to meet your husband. Don't be career-driven. Like the liberal women who are now too unattractive to meet people. This is his directly stated premise. And do not use birth control on top of that. What a weird strategy. There's an actual reason, though, why this guy is critiquing the looks of career-oriented women, stigmatizing birth control, and giving out dating advice to impressionable young women. And the reason is pretty damn weird.
We're going to have more babies, and 20 years from now, they're going to say, why is the country so right-wing? Well, you were too busy having abortions and having gay sex and not wanting to get married, and we got married and had kids, and we will repopulate the species.
By the way.
So he's not really giving dating advice at all. He's literally trying to breed conservatives. Because if you can't win in the marketplace of ideas, you may as well just brainwash people into having more brainwashed people.
So just like having that sweet bite of ice cream or a slice of pizza, man, you can't just stop at one. You can't just have one bite. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep having babies. I say this to all you out there, more Americans, more babies. Let's go.
The whole plot is to make young people, specifically young women, fall in line with a more conservative lifestyle. Their plan, convince young, vulnerable girls that if they choose to strive for a career, they'll one day regret it. They want to spook these same young women out of using birth control, and they want them to produce as many babies as possible. The thought process is that if young conservatives get married and have lots of conservative babies, that one day they will outnumber liberals. Is it a crazy idea? Yes. Could it work? Yes, it probably could sadly work. So we might need to have more babies and focus on that, or the country will likely get more conservative. The plan is not without mathematical merit. It's just creepy and strange, and the advice is wrong and weird. And obviously, gay people are not having gay sex because they don't want babies. It's because they were born gay. So there's that small fact that he conveniently skips over or pretends to not understand. But why are they losing in the marketplace of ideas? Why do they need to convince people through brainwashing to breed? Could it be because of stuff like this?
I never liked Horseface. It's just not. It's a terrible thing. That wouldn't be the one.
For the president, horseface is just the latest insult aimed at the looks of women he doesn't like. Take his 2016 opponent, Carly Fiorina. Look at that face, then candidate Trump commented. Would anyone vote for that?
I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
So will you support him as the nominee?
I'm going to beat him.
I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
What an inspiring leader that man is, huh? Hope you'll run out to the ballot box and vote for him so he can take more of your rights away and get you back in that kitchen. That's what you're voting for if you vote Trump and if you vote the modern day Republican Party. Just FYI. But if you're cool with it, good luck being barefoot and pregnant and doing it over and over and over again, and goodbye career. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me at Ben Gleib on Instagram, X, and whatever other platforms. I don't really care.